Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. Now I know these videos are a little spotty, not really filming a whole lot lately. Just like I said in that one update video, I'm really focusing on trying to get this done, this garage project done in the next couple weeks so that we can not only use it, but help organize everything in the house, as well as start putting the office slash playroom together. Now, the office will be moving up into the back side of the garage here, so my office will become a playroom. Okay, so here we are back inside, and as you can see, with the exception of right in front of the door there, right in front of the door, we are completely dry. There's no water coming in, which is awesome. So for today, what I'm going to work on is getting set up for electrical, as well as getting my blocking in. Now, blocking, if you're not familiar with any of these terms, are sections of wood, whether they're 2x6 or 2x10. I'm going to start by using these 2x10s, and then I'll use 2x8s and just kind of work through all of the scrap wood that I have here. Blocking is sections of wood that you put in right here, facing with the entire face showing. Instead of this was support when I was building the walls. Whenever we stood them up, that was going to help everything stay straight. You just turn these, not these ones exactly, but you want the face of the block running out. That way you have a nice solid area if you're going to be hanging cabinetry or hooks for shovels and brooms. So basically you end up with a piece here like this, and a piece up higher, like so. That just provides a lot of extra support when you're hanging cabinetry. That way you don't have to try to hit a stud every time you're trying to hang something. You just kind of know, hey, go up, I think it's like 36 inches or something like that. I know I have a block there, and then up whatever the other number is. So I'm gonna go ahead, get my jig set up. If you're wondering what that is, I made one in this video. I'll give you a quick rundown of it after I get it all set up, and just start cutting. Okay, so here it is, Jig 2.0. I made some changes just from learning what I didn't really like last time I did this. I did away with this board over here just because I have a pile of scrap 2x8 right there I'm going to start with, and then we'll jump to cutting up some 2x10 to finish off whatever other blocking I need. That way I can kind of use multiple size boards in here. I have that board underneath that kind of keeps this one up, so I can just keep running my saw through this cut here. I don't have to worry about anything getting cut up and falling apart while mid-cutting, other than the board that I want to. So basically the way this works is, if this is the board I'm cutting, you take that, you slide it through there, it hits the plywood, and every time this should be a 14.5 inch piece. I cut it, that one drops, slide that one through again, cut it again, just like machine work. Okay, so that's a decent start. Now, if you notice, I got a kickback on a number of those. Something I didn't take into consideration is, since this is a finished 2x4, these curves are a little bit rounded. So what's happening as I'm pushing the saw through, my guard is kind of riding the bottom of that curve rather than the top of the board. So it's kind of pulling the saw in a weird angle, and that's causing the saw to kick back right at the tail end of the board. But we got a bunch of those cut. Like I said, it's a good start for now. I am going to get some, I'm going to change gears here. I'm going to get some lines chalked and start drilling holes for electric wire. In a garage, code is our outlets need to be 4 feet off the floor of the garage. So I have some lines marked. I'm going to go ahead, chalk a line where the 4-foot line is, and then I'm going to run my wire. I think I have it set up like 8 inches above that. So this is when lack of experience kind of comes into play. It's nothing major, it's just something I just learned. Just kind of observation. Now, because this is a garage, we are going to be doing 5/8 inch thick drywall. That's fireproofing for, you know, should there ever be a fire in here. You want that drywall to give you a nice kind of barrier for that. I'm hanging these outlet boxes waiting for my impact gun to cool down so I can keep drilling holes. So I'm measuring 5/8 of an inch because there's these little tabs on it that are about 3/8 for your standard drywall. We need 5/8. Now, if you can see it, I just noticed it on this one. There are real faint lines right here, and right at my pencil mark, there's a line. And I thought, what are the odds that that's actually 5/8 of an inch? Well, it turns out it is. So now I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time measuring and marking. I can just look for that line, put that on my stud, and nail this home. So let me kind of show you what we have going on here with these boxes. Rachel and I discussed it. We came up with a layout that works best for both of us. And you know, she said, yeah, that sounds good to build a desk right there as well as a workbench. That leaves us with plenty of room for shelving and some other areas for storage, plus all up there. Now, because this is going to be my desk for office stuff, I'm gonna have my computer here, camera chargers, all that stuff. I wanted to make sure I had enough space for my outlets. So I did a double box there, a double box there, and a single box there. So total, that gives me 10 outlets there, as well as one up there for a TV eventually. Yes, I am gonna be one of those people that has a TV in their garage because I think it would be great to have people over for Steelers games or Penguins games or dirt bike races or whatever, just to kind of hang out in here. So yes, I will have a TV in here. I'm putting one up here for a security camera. Probably throw a couple more double boxes on this wall here, since this is going to be my workbench, and I'm going to have DeWalt batteries charging there, you know, maybe some other power tools. And then I haven't quite figured out my light switch configuration yet. I feel like I'm going to want these lights in this area on its own switch, as well as these lights here on their own switch. That way, if I'm out here working on videos or something first thing in the morning, I don't have to be, you know, crazy swamped with light. And probably put these ones on a dimmer switch too. That way I can kind of adjust it and doesn't have to be too bright here in the morning. But yeah, that's the plan. Check my drill and see if I can keep on drilling some holes. Okay, so back here in my garage, it is about 6:15 in the morning, and as you can see, it is still pretty dark out. Now, if you're wondering what this is, obviously it's water. We just got a nice little rainstorm that rolled through, so we're on a bit of a rain delay. We're doing a 7:30 start, so I figured my Aunt Tracy is here watching Eleanor. Thank you very much, Aunt Tracy. Why not take this opportunity to get some more work done? Now, I did spend the last couple days, I doubt you can see it, maybe you can. I got up top here all plywooded. Now, because that is storage, originally I was gonna use 3/4 inch tongue and groove, but I figured, you know, we're 16 on center for our joists. Really, it's just storage. We're not gonna be walking around up there, and with the amount of headspace we have, like anytime I go up there, I'm gonna be crawling. So it's not like we're gonna have tons of weight. Decided to drop that down to, well, oh boy, what is that, 7/16? Basically the same sheeting you use on your roofing, on your roof. So that should be plenty strong enough for storage. Just bins and totes, probably some hunting gear. I have, you know, some golfing stuff up there too. So that saved me a little bit of money, and I got that done. So now we can kind of start organizing the inside of the house, whatever we need to store. We can start moving up there since this is all waterproof now. But this morning, I figured it would be kind of funny, because it's kind of pitch black out, to try to press on with running these electric lines. Just kind of running all the lines for all the boxes. Here, I'll get my flashlight out for my phone so you can see. There we go. So getting into, so I ran these outlets just because, in my opinion, you can never have too many outlets. Right here is going to be my workbench, so I wanted to have 2 double boxes right here just to make sure I was going to have plenty of outlet space when I'm working on stuff, charging my DeWalt batteries or whatever. So just kind of pressing along, hooking up all this stuff, and yeah, enjoy this time lapse in the dark. So it is now about 6:45. The rain is slowly picking up, so Dad, if you want to maybe give us today off, I'd be all right with that. We put in pretty much 40 hours from Monday to Thursday, so taking off on a rainy Friday isn't always a bad thing. Okay, so getting ready to run these wires for the ceiling lights. I measured over 2 feet for my light, sorry, right there. Then I measured over an additional foot. Now I'm gonna drill holes a foot away from where I want my light. That way I know that, you know, if my light placement here, here's my wire. I don't ever wanna send anything going up through the ceiling right there. Plus it'll give me a little bit of room to work with the light, the wire. Now with this wall, it's a little bit different because we do have, you know, this sticking out. So I figured out my light placement, roughly is 2 feet, you know, give or take an inch when the final framing's done here after I cut this overhang off. That's where my light's gonna be. Now I'm gonna measure over from this wall to that number, so I have the same exact number there, so all my holes line up straight. Also, to make sure they stay nice and straight, just so I don't have to do that on every stud, I have a nail right there that's squared down from my crow pecker. I'll run a chalk line the whole way down there, snap a line, that way I can just go through with my drill. Okay, so as you can see, I got all my holes drilled nice and straight, so that's gonna make pulling wire so much easier. When I built the addition on this house, I really, you know, this all was very, very new to me, and I am by no means an expert at building stuff. So I make mistakes, but that's how I learn. That was one of the things I learned, was that when you're drilling holes, it is so much easier to drill them when they are all nice and straight, because if you have a few that are off even like an inch, inch and a half, 2 inch, that changes so much through the wall that it just makes pulling wire a nightmare. So one of the things I learned, if it helps somebody else, cool. If not, you guys are like, yeah, obviously Steve, you know, whatever. I learned a lesson, trying to share it with you guys. Moving on, my first light is going to be, we have this triple stud, triple joist here. That's for support because after I cut that plywood off, I'll be framing a wall, redoing this support to create like an actual header just to give our roof some support, and putting a doorway in up there because we're going to use all that for storage. My first light is going to be right in this 16-inch open cavity on both sides. So we'll start pulling wire there. I do know that my next light, my first light down here rather, is going to be in this cavity here. So first light, last light, somewhere right around there.
I'm gonna probably put 2 more lights on each side over here, so we'll have 8 lights total in this area. And then I still need to do the configuration for the cathedral style ceiling over here for lighting. So right now we're focused on this. If I can get this wire run today, I will be very, very happy. Okay, so there we go. I got all these wires pulled through. Now I am using flush mount lights that don't require a can. I think they're called wafer lights. There's a little box that these wires run into, and they hook up to the appropriate wire, whether it's ground, hot, or neutral. Then that box just kind of sits right on top of your drywall. Light goes up in the hole, and these little tabs flip out and hold the light in. So I have my break points for where the lights are going. We have one there, we have another one there, then we have one here. Now, these lights are going to be on a 3-way switch. One switch will be right inside this door. The other switch will be on the wall right next to the walk-in door. And yes, I have this door in. That came in and me and my dad threw it in after work last week. So everything is starting to take shape. So when I do that, when I run this 3-way switch, as I stated before, this wire here is 14-2, which means there is, the wire itself is 14 gauge thick, and there are 2 wires. One is hot, one is neutral. The ground wire does not get included in that sort of classification. Now when I run the switch, regular power is going to be run from the box to the light switch, or sorry. Then from there we will run 14-3 wire, which means there is 2 hot wires and 1 neutral wire. The hot wire, it's been a while since I've done a 3-way switch, so if I'm explaining this wrong, you guys will see this in a later video. 1 hot wire will go to a light, the other hot wire goes to the switch. The hot wire from this switch goes to, I think, the same light. Like I said, it's been a little bit, so we'll fine-tune that when the time comes. So for now, the next thing that I need to do is, well, the next few things I need to do are go to the store and get stuff for my soffit and fascia. So I'm going to need either J channel or F channel, I'm not sure which one. Coil stock, preferably in white. Soffit, enough to do the whole perimeter outside for the overhangs, and then the brake. So you guys will see this in a video coming up here soon. And then I need to cut in the openings for the lights and the cameras for outside. I'm going to have 2 lights next to this door, one here, and then we'll have a motion light with a camera above this door here. Then we'll have the same thing outside of the garage door, a light on each side, as well as a motion camera with a floodlight up top there somewhere. I also need to get that Tyvek. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done that yet, but that needs done. So a lot of stuff that I need to do, a lot of stuff that's like almost finished. I just get sidetracked with doing other stuff. And then I also got more 12-2 wire, 12 gauge 2 wire to finish running the outlets here. I'm not running anything inside just yet. I'm doing that after I get this overhang cut off and this wall framed up. That way I can kind of run the wire through the wall and not try to jerry rig something. So that's the plan, but I think this video has probably run its course, so we're going to go ahead and end it now. Probably finish this stuff up and not, or you know, the wire here and whatever else, and not really film that. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our Instagram page. I don't really update that nearly as much as I should, but in my defense, I don't really update social media at all, with the exception of this channel. Also, don't forget to check out our store on Etsy. Anybody that goes over there and checks anything out, thank you guys a ton. Just those clicks alone gets our store higher up on the algorithm. So if somebody types in American flag shirt or gunpowder shirt, ours are more prone to pop up based off of you guys just clicking on it. And anybody that has bought anything, Thank you guys a million times over. You have no idea how much I appreciate all of the support I've been getting, whether it's on the store or this channel. Thank you guys again. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.